Hello and welcome to this video. Today in this episode I'm talking about the number one reason why people get mentally stuck and they are creating so much of hustle, stress and anxiety around their life, and they're not able to live it fully and enjoy the journey. And that, my friend, is the illusion of separateness from life. I've spoken about oneness for a long time, and I will continue to talk about in the coming videos around illusion of separateness. But that's one of the fundamental reasons on why people get mentally trapped. And today I'm going to share the 5 signs with you that you could pay attention to and really look into your life and understand if you are somehow misled by your mind and created a gap between you and the truth, you and the life, which is just, the oneness. You and life are actually the one thing, but we tend to believe it otherwise, and that's why we call it an illusion. So here are the 5 signs. The first is our fundamental conditioning around achievement and competition. And though competition is a great thing, because when we feel a rush of blood and we want to stretch ourselves and we want to go and do the great things because others are doing so, it can actually become a hindrance as well, because your circumstances and your life story is entirely different than what other story is. So your competition is nothing but your own progression, and your own progression is starting from you yourself. So you need to be able to understand if competition or achievement is driving you, then you are fighting with life, that you are stretching yourself beyond and adding up certain pressure which is not necessary, because you could actually create much more than what you think that you will create by being more overly competitive or being an overly achiever. Second is living in the fight and flight mode, which really is your ego identified mind again, which really puts all of us into an uncertainty and scarcity mindset. And when we are feeling scared, when we are feeling uncertain, we tend to build up a lot of stress and cortisol hormone and adrenaline rush in our blood, which makes us feel a little bit in control, because our mind is such that when we become overly protective and defensive, it's an illusion that we start to feel that we are in control, but we really are not. In fact, what really happens is that we build up tons of physiological and mental health issues. And as I've been really open about it in my personal life, I've gone through both. So mental health issues are clearly a symptom which comes from your ego-identified mind, and especially when we create a lot of scarcity and uncertainty and we start to live in the fight and flight mode. Third is, when we treat other people as merely the resources, and we tend to utilize their presence or their clout or their influence to do something better for us. And this is very common, especially in the corporate world and the big world out there, where achievement is given so much of priority that we tend to forget that people are just humans, and we need to treat them as a fellow human with grace and with dharma. Somebody thinks that I'm gonna utilize some other people for my benefit and I really don't like them as person, is also actually an illusion of separateness from life. So the fourth is that when you are lacking the emotional resilience, and this is a big one, and I was there myself a few years ago, when everything around you is always changing and evolving, and sometimes it's changing for the negative. Sometimes things are happening around you which are not in your favor. You're not able to achieve your goals at the right time. You had a heartbreak, you had a divorce, or somebody you dearly loved passed away, or you have some major losses in your life. These are the times which are basically testing your emotional resilience. And emotional resilience is not something that you can achieve by intellect. And that's why I always say transcend beyond the mind, because that's where your true strength lies, in discovering who you really are. And when you discover who you really are, you literally become one with life. So lacking emotional resilience is point number 4. And fifth is the mandatory, which is the deeper level of happiness and satisfaction. If somehow you feel that you're doing everything amazing outside of you, you have a great family, you are doing amazing at the work, you have a lot of opportunities which are going to bring good results, but something is missing. Something is not falling in place for you. You're feeling this lack. You're feeling overwhelmed. You're feeling that I'm not even sure what did I do all my life and what I really want to achieve further, or aspire for further, or manifest further. You know, this lack of deeper happiness is a clear sign that you're spiritually growing, and it's asking for you to go further and research and ask and, you know, discover yourself beyond just the usual taskings of the, you know, day, or doing the, you know, regular routine stuff that you do every day. It's asking you, it's pulling you to go beyond it. So these are the clear signs that tells you that your oneness with life is kind of a little bit, you know, savaged, and you have to really, you know, ask yourself and be very honest with yourself, because, you know, whenever there's something which is not right in our lives, when we're not feeling emotionally stable, when we're not feeling 100% energy and motivation and clarity, then, you know, all we really need to do is to start with work within ourselves first. You know, we are our best judge, and we know that, you know, that we hold the power to make these changes. And in my next video, I'm going to talk about actually what really it means when I say the illusion of separateness, and why all these factors of your life are directly related to it. So stay tuned for tomorrow's video, because that's going to be another eye-opener. So if you like this video, please share your comments, and you can share the video as well. And I'm always open to your comments and your feedback, and also I'm learning from you guys as well. And thank you so much for being such an amazing tribe. You have really inspired me to come forward and speak my truth, you know, showcase the research that I have done with so many clients one-on-one, especially in the business world. I've worked with people, you know, who are doing phenomenally well, but also are missing these very basic aspects of life. And this can happen with all of us. You know, we are all in the same boat. So thank you so much for being here.